Hello, West County. I trust you all are doing well. I want to take just a few minutes of your time to update you on two items. First, I want to give you an update on the search for a full-time worship and creative arts director. Last fall, when we began to think and pray about the worship and creative arts portfolio, we felt that dividing the worship pastor portfolio into a worship and creative arts director and a pastor of worship was the right decision. After the church shut down in response to the coronavirus, we became more convinced than ever. In other words, we now believe it was the right decision for a list of reasons we knew nothing about when we made the decision. Not only do we want to give more attention to the musical side of worship and creative arts, but we've come to see that the technical side needs more attention as well. Things like audio, lighting, and video. We completed the search process for a full-time worship and creative arts director right about the time the church stopped meeting. We received 33 resumes, sorted them, and followed up on the top 3 candidates. Of the 3 candidates, Eddie Wilson was our top choice. Of all of the resumes we received, his stood head and shoulders above the rest, not only in terms of musical knowledge and leadership experience, but also in all of the ancillary disciplines like audio, lighting, and video. Little did we know how important that would be as we switched from services to streaming in the course of a single week. Eddie took all of the steps that we had taken over the course of the last couple of years and was able to put them together and get us up and running, and it has made all the difference to our church during this unique time. As our top candidate, we intended to invite Eddie and Christy to meet with the Worship and Creative Arts Department for a luncheon after service, but then we had to cancel our services altogether. While we felt it was appropriate to hit the pause button on the process because of everything that had changed, we now feel it's critical to finish the process and move forward. As such, the deacons met this past Monday night and voted unanimously to move forward with moving Eddie from the part-time interim worship creative arts director to the full-time worship and creative arts director. Eddie has accepted our invitation and will begin in mid-May. Because of your faithful giving, and because as a leadership team we took immediate and decisive action when the shutdown began, we not only feel that we can take this step, but that we need to. We're grateful for God's provision that makes it possible for us to move forward because we realize that it's critical we do so. The challenge of opening the doors and doing live services while also streaming those services will be significant because so much has changed in the way we do things. In all of this, let me just encourage you to pray for Eddie and Christy and Kenny, and please continue to pray for WCAG during this time. Second, I want to give you an update on where we are in thinking about resuming services at the church. As I said before, we'll reevaluate what we do based on the guidelines provided by St. Louis County. We want to begin meeting again, but only when doing so will be safe for our church family. We're currently thinking through our options for holding services, as well as considering how regulations will affect children's ministry and middle school and high school ministry, along with questions about how we greet people, receive the offering, pray for people at the altars, and so on. Once we have sufficient information, we'll come up with a plan and communicate that to you as quickly as possible. Until that time, I want to encourage you to continue joining us for services by watching the live stream and continue connecting with each other in whatever ways are available to you. In these challenging and unique times, it's comforting to know that God is still in control. He is still sovereign, He is still building His church, and He will sustain us as we trust in Him together. May the Lord bless each one of you as you continue to follow Him.